Hi again. My name is Mauricio Neuber, Associate Professor at University of Brasilia and the coordinator of the research group named SHIS, Complexity, Hypnosis, Subjectivity, and Semiotics. And our last meeting, we had speak a little on chronic pain and hypnosis. And one of our arguments is that if chronic pain is an experience, so hypnosis is a way of influence and can, in consequence, be used to treat chronic pain experience. But an attentive audience could ask, which are the characteristics, the topics a therapist or a health professional should consider to approach chronic pain through hypnosis. What do I mean when I use the term experience? So, only to simplify some of the topics of our work here, inspired especially in semiotics and design, I would like to introduce some ideas in this sense, some principles of our work. A first level of experience is unconscious and very related to a qualitative dimension. Feelings, imagines, without a clear definition, a dimension of experience which is much more potentiality and can be conceived as Charles Peirce's idea of firstness. Which are the experiences that are first without comparison with something else? Firstness is very related to aesthetics, and in terms of trance, to oceanic experience. There is a dissolution of an I, almost complete, but not necessarily complete. And the common boundaries, the common limits of our perceptions, of our relationship with the world. This dimension is very interesting because in trance we can treat some foundations of experience, especially related to chronic pain limitations imposed on the subjects. So if somebody go, for example, as Teresa Robles commonly name, inspired by Milton Erickson, a safe place in the conscious, frequently this safe place is deeply permeated, inhabited by firstness. And firstness is essential to conceive, to foster, to promote the first delineation of regularities or habits in chronic pain experience and another experience. A second level of experience is much more related to what Merleau-Ponty, for example, would name body schema. For example, the movements, gestures, and position of the body and the part of the body are closely related to body schema. And for example, an athlete, a sportist who has a problem in the left leg will use more the right leg in order to compensate it. So her movement can be in this direction because it's trying to avoid the chronic, instinctively trying to avoid the pain and protect the leg, but imposing a body schema change that can be complicated for the person, can generate other forms of chronic pain, and perhaps even chronic pain. So movements, gestures, postures are deeply related to this level of experience, and in some way can be associated with purse secondness, which is an experience characterized by the things with more clear limits, authority, and reaction. So it has some form of organization, yes it is, it has, but it's very relative. In some way we can make a comparison, for example, with a group of reactions which are related to a body experience system. Okay, so in this level, frequently we can work in chronic pain, and frequently hypnosis is used, for example, in hospitals or in dentistry to treat this dimension, because perhaps the academic trajectory, the professional formation of many professionals associate chronic pain with this dimension. Okay, so if we consider that the first dimension is qualitative, feelings, sensations, imagine, the second dimension is more related to reactions, concreteness, and the opposition between the ego and this group of reaction, the system of reactions. And the third level is much more symbolic. For example, it can be related to body image, which is an essential dimension that can be translated as the way through which a subject perceive and conceive himself. For example, a woman who is very beautiful, in considering the fashion, the social pattern, but with herself in her body image, she considers herself as ugly. So a body image is a very close concept to identity, and consequently it is related to many dimensions of our experience. For example, our social roles, our values, the way through which we establish our relationships with other persons in the work, in the family, and in the church, and community, and even consider the existential dimension also. What do we hope concerning our future, our existence, our today, our present, and tomorrow? So this dimension is very important, because as we said in the last topic, frequently chronic pain can be configured also at this dimension. For example, a person which received from her family the whole to sustain the others economically and emotionally, and cannot play this role, can no more play this role, because chronic pain does not allow it. So these three dimensions, and the third is in person's idea, thirdness, symbols, regularities, habits, conventions, are deeply related, present in the formation of chronic pain systems. So how can we do to work with it? It's the topic we will try to develop in our next discussions. Good evening. Bye bye.